Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Over 11,000 years ago, there existed the island of Atlantis, which was located in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. According to the Greek philosopher Plato, Atlantis was an enormous empire which exceeded Asia and Libya combined. He described the enormous island as being a fertile and beautiful piece of land surrounded by magnificent mountains. The city was extremely advanced. It was full of buildings, bridges, temples, paved roads, and irrigation canals. Plato reported the city had electricity and other mind-blowing advancements, considering the world was still in a barbaric state. There have been many reported locations for the city of Atlantis. The most common location is located somewhere west of the Strait of Gibraltar. There also have been many other possible locations reported, such as Switzerland in the middle of Europe and even near New Zealand in the Pacific Ocean. The city of Atlantis was ruled by the ancient Greek god Atlas. Atlas was a son of Poseidon, who was said to have ruled the oceans. In Plato's writings, he described many different creatures and plant life. The viper fish was a species said to have been around during the time of Atlantis. This fish mainly swims at the bottom of the ocean and is very vicious. The coelacanth was one species of fish that was said to have closely resembled one described in Plato's writings. The species was supposedly extinct until around 50 years ago when the fish was discovered. It was discovered in about the same place as the proposed location of Atlantis in the Atlantic Ocean. There are many beautiful plants that flourished in the island's fertile soil. One of the most endangered plants is the ginkgo. The plant is over 1,600 million years old and only exists in one form. Another Atlantean plant was the cycad. This plant still remains with 250 species, but 200 million years ago there was a possible 300,000 species. The energy and electricity that was reported by Plato was said to have come from a large crystal in the center of the city. It contained the power to supply the city with its great power and thriving life. The crystal received its power from many sources, including the sun and the earth's energy. The crystal was used for many things such as healing, childbirth, weather control, and even acting like a computer and storing records and other knowledge. The people of Atlantis were said to have been very wise. They used their intelligence and power of the crystal to develop their land and become one of the most wealthiest civilized countries of their time. All of this power turned on the people. They gradually started to become greedy, wanting to conquer lands and become more powerful. The gods realized what was happening to these people. They decided to act. This once thriving city was hit by disaster from the gods. They claimed the Atlanteans were using their power for greed and deviance, and they were not satisfied. The gods cursed the city with great floods and violent storms. This destroyed the city and it disappeared into the depths of the sea. The Atlanteans abused their great gifts from the gods and they paid the ultimate price. The story of the lost empire of Atlantis is a mystery. Today, researchers still deliberate the subject and ponder its existence. The remains of the lost city still lie buried in the watery grave they were plunged to so many centuries ago.